Two people live in the same building, same income range, same opportunities, but one thinks that they're financially superior to the other. Not because their net worth or because of their cash flow, it's because of how they look, how they spend, and how they judge. And the wild part here is that both sides swear that they're doing it right. So today, I'm not talking about being rich and I'm not talking about being broke. I'm talking about that silent war between image wealth and quiet wealth. What's up, everyone? This is JustAVariation, where we break down money, mindset, and wealth in a way that actually makes sense. And today we're dancing around a problem that most people never name. Alright, let me paint a picture real quick. Same city, same building, different floors though. One person steps out in polished shoes, tailored clothes, confident posture, they speak well, they network well, and they look successful. And the other person, they have plain clothes with a calm demeanor, no flash, they don't try to impress anyone. And instead of learning from each other, they criticize each other. One person says, "Why don't you have more class?" The other person says, "Why do you spend so much instead of investing?" Both of them think that they're better than each other, and both of them think that the other one just doesn't get it. And both are dancing around the real problem. This isn't about rich or poor, this isn't about hustlers versus minimalists, this is about financial identity. The stories that we tell ourselves to justify our habits and, of course, the blind spots those stories create. So let's break down both of those sides honestly. Alright, so let's say side one, side two. Side one believes that presentation matters. First impressions open doors and image creates opportunity. And they're not wrong. Looking sharp does change how people treat you. Speaking well does get you into rooms. Polish does matter in certain environments. But here's where the trap is. When image becomes more important than infrastructure, when spending becomes a substitute for planning, and when you're dancing to the rhythm of status instead of facing the bottom line, that's the trap. Now, side two is looking at this person and says, "You're not wealthy, you're expensive." They see lifestyle inflation, payments disguised as success, applause instead of ownership. From their perspective, it looks like performance. Now, here's the truth. Side one, they're not shallow. They're afraid of being invisible. They learned early on that being overlooked costs them money, so they invest in being seen. Their mistake isn't caring about image, it's assuming image alone equals security. Now, side two believes that wealth should be quiet. Ownership beats appearance and cash flow beats compliments. They don't flex. They don't chase validation, they let the numbers talk. They step off of the dance floor while everyone else keeps moving to the music. And financially, that discipline often wins. Now, side one looks at them and thinks, "You lack ambition. You're playing small. You don't belong in bigger rooms like I do." Right? To them, it just looks like fear, not humility. But here's where there's a blind spot. Quiet wealth can turn into missed opportunity. Avoiding visibility can limit leverage. Refusing polish can cap influence. Side two isn't wiser by default, they're just afraid of being trapped by lifestyle. Now here's what nobody likes. Both sides are dancing around the same problem. One dances in designer shoes, one dances by standing still. But neither side is asking the real question: does my spending support my future? Does my image align with my cash flow? And am I building freedom or am I just defending my ego? Same building, different floors, same fear. Image without infrastructure collapses. Discipline without visibility stalls. Real wealth isn't loud, but it's not invisible either. It's intentional. And once you see this divide, you can't unsee it. Alright, if this made you uncomfortable, good. That means it hit. I must be doing something right. So drop a comment. Which side do you relate to more? And of course, if you want more finance that's explained in a way that actually connects, subscribe, because this conversation isn't finished. I broke this exact conversation down in a song called "I'm Not Broke Though." It's two sides, same building, different floors. Let's get right into it.
With all due respect, I don't feel sorry for you saying money's always tight. Talking about the system, but you never really seem to plan out your life. Blame the market, blame the boss, and you blame the times, but never look at what you do, even when you swipe. Talking wealth is fake and rich folks change, but you buy designer if the price got shaved. To iron my suit, I watch how I speak. Presentation matters when you're trying to compete. You say I'm shallow cause I care how I dress, but first impressions open doors, not a guess. I invest in image, the posture, the tone, cause perception decides who gets left alone. You laugh at manners, say humility wins, but humility won't get you in rooms with influence. I budget my dinners, I network at night. You call it fake, I call it playing right. We keep dancing around the problem, dress sharp, moving in time, spinning in circles to rhythms and status, avoiding the bottom line. You say I'm obsessed with status and brands, but status and strangers into shaking hands. You see the watch, the car, and the suit. You don't see the pressure of always being proof that I made it, proof that I belong, proof that I didn't come from nothing for long. You say that I'm trapped chasing things I don't need, but I build life that looks like success when it seems. I'm not broke though. 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 With all respect, I don't envy the suit or the shine that you wear. You confuse being seen with being prepared. You smile for the room, but stress when you're home. House rich on the outside, but payment heavy loans. Talk about class like it comes from a tag, but real wealth stays quiet and doesn't brag. You chose a look, a life that's elite, while I chase ownership, margins, and peace. You call it networking, I call it expensive. Dinners for clout with no cash flow incentive. You upgrade the car, I upgrade the plan. You lease validation and I buy the land. You keep dancing around the problem, lights on, music loud. I step off the floor, do the math in the corner, while debt keeps moving the crowd. You think I'm hiding cause I don't display, but wealth doesn't shout, it quietly stays. I don't dress to impress, I dress to move free. My money works daily even when it don't speak. Say image open doors, and maybe that's true. Ownership keeps them long after you're through. You invest in perception, I invest in control. You buy the appearance, I buy the whole role. You say I judge you, but listen close. I just ask why spending comes before growth, why polish comes first and numbers comes last, why lifestyle rises faster than cash. I'm not broke though. 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 Same building, different views, same money fears, different moves. One buys image to feel secure, one hides wealth to keep it pure. Same building, different views, same money fears, different moves. One buys image to feel secure, one hides wealth to keep it pure. I'm not broke though. I'm not broke though. I'm not broke though. I'm not broke though.